Hey guys, welcome back to Real Housewives Recaps. I'm so glad you're here. Happy Friday, everybody. Shall we start off with this beautiful ray of sunshine? I think so too. All right, let's talk. I have so much to talk to you about in this episode. You've caught me on a great day and a jam-packed episode. I'm going to tell you an exciting channel announcement that I have. I'm going to tell you about that ITV thing. You can imagine how I feel about that. Some reactions to the ITV thing. And just general channel stuff. So you caught me on a great day. I'm excited to talk about all this with you. Happy Friday, Flockers. Thanks for being here. I'm Jen. Honk, honk, everyone. Now, shall we get into my good news? You guys, we have a new member of the Drunk Goose Club. Honk, honk to Taz. I can't even believe it. Guys, I'm sitting down. She has graciously agreed to sit down with me next week. If you follow me on Twitter, you know I freaked out because she followed me on Twitter. And that's so exciting. So we got to talking in the DMs and I asked her if she would come on the show. She very kindly agreed. So we are sitting down next week and she very kindly agreed to take my question or our questions for her. So if you will, you can put them two different places. You can reply in the comments here if you like with your questions for Taz, or I'll make a community post. So that way, if you watch this at a later date or you're afraid I won't see it, you can also post your question there. She is so lovely behind the scenes. I can't wait to talk to her, and I'm so excited about having a new member of our club. So honk honk to Taz, and honk honk, and thank you to everybody who was super pumped for me. I know I've been super excited for this to happen, and I can't even believe it. So yay for Taz. All right, now let's get in to what else is going on. Okay, real quick other channel announcements, then we really are going to get into that documentary. I'm stalling because I don't want to talk about it, but I recorded with the Sidley twins. We have a two-parter coming up most likely over the weekend. I say most likely because sometimes if, Hank and Skank do dumb stuff, then I bump things and I talk about it. So, unless something else happens, it'll probably be up over the weekend. Then I sat down with Dylan. You guys, we reacted to one of the craziest videos of Meghan's I've seen, and I've seen a lot of stuff, and that's saying something. I don't want to give it away. You're just going to have to wait. You're going to freak out. That's most likely going to be up Monday or Tuesday next week. You'll know it when you see it. Get ready. It's going to be a wild ride. I'm so excited. Now, let's get into this ITV thing, you guys. I can't with this. Okay, I tried. I really did. I got into, let's see, what does it say? 26 minutes of it? That's pretty good, right? 26 more minutes than I thought I would last of this documentary on ITV. Don't worry. What I thought was I would watch it and report back. I can't do it. It's that bad. It really is. It kicks off with this one being a victim. I'll give you some lowlights of it, and then we're going to look at some reactions because those are funnier than the actual documentary itself or whatever it's pretending to be. All I can say, I said in the last video, that journalist, I'm using air quotes on that, went to the same school as Oprah, where it's like you just have to take everything at this guy's word. You don't ask any questions or thought-provoking questions in return. You just take what he says and you make him into a hero, right? Oh, God, I could not with this BS. It literally kicks off with a scandal that's rumbled on for more than 20 years and counting. It's probably rumbled on because this one won't shut up about it. He's such a victim, but also trying to be a hero in this. I'm just trying to get justice for everybody. By the way, I got so many funny comments on yesterday's video saying you'd rather hear Jay do Harry's voice than ever hear Harry's voice again. I hear ya. That's why I'm not putting any clips of him in this one because I love you guys and I don't want to do that to your ears. Again, I made it 20-something minutes, and he's not even he's one of 7 people in the thing that I could tell so far. Who knows if I kept going with it. But anyway, they sure are trying to make him the poster boy for this. But my question is, why? Why are they trying to make him the hero when he's not? I'll get into it, but somebody pulled this most brilliant clip of of somebody talking about how William is the one that has brought all this to the forefront and really changed the way this stuff works. Not Harry. I mean, we know this, but Harry doesn't seem to know this. I don't know. There's really nothing of interest about this that I saw. Now, spoiler alert, I cut out and then I saw people talking about that he alleges that he won't bring back Meghan to the UK for fear of I can't even say it on YouTube, of we'll just say of an attack, a physical attack. It's like, what are you even talking about? Seriously? Again, shall we point to the places you've been? That's totally fine. But also, okay, it's just all over the place because it's that bad. But it was like, everything that's ever gone wrong in Harry's life is the tabloid's fault. Again, you can't make this stuff up, complaining about the press while talking to the press. Look at what he and Meghan do. They call the press on themselves constantly while whining about the press. And you can say, oh, tabloids versus... No. Think about who their favorite mouthpiece is. Like People Magazine and different ones like that. No. There's no... It's so crazy. I know. I'm trying to make sense of something that makes it less than no sense. I'm trying to get justice for everybody. And then he's playing victim because it was printed about his substance abuse in the papers and stuff. And it's just like, again, is anything ever your fault? Can you ever do anything wrong? Because it doesn't appear like you think you can. Then he has the nerve to talk about how it feels like harassment. No, Harry, what you're doing to your family is harassment. Pushing things in your, whatever that was, spare without their permission, I would say would qualify as harassment. Watching or standing idly by and possibly participating, I would say participating in the bullying campaign toward your sister-in-law would qualify as harassment. Shall we go on? I mean, there's just a million examples. And again, you're just stuck in the past and you're bitter and you're confused and you're just not sure who you're angry at. Perhaps it's time to take some of that anger and turn it on yourself and your Instagram-loving wife. Now, should we look at some of the replies to this? Because they're pretty great. And again, this guy sucks. I'm tired of looking at his face. All right, starting off with the British Prince, too. Isn't it time for Prince Harry to wake up and acknowledge that his current wife has been the primary source of leaks about their private life since 2016? It's possible he's aware of this, but trapped and surrounded by the handlers of Hollywood vultures, so he blames others. While I like what you're saying, British Prince, too, and I like your tweets, I'm going to say, no, I'm not making him a victim anymore. I'm over it. It bugs the, out of me when people do this, and they give him passes, and I think that's part of the problem. No, he's actively spreading this stuff around too. Shall we name, again, I'm not yelling at British Prince, he's great, but I'm saying in general, shall we name all the publications that he's gone to and whined about his family and every other fake grievance ever since the time he was born? It's crazy. And to put that on everybody else and to blame his family fractures on the press at this point is madness. Here we have Mystified, who is sharing a clip, Prince and Princess of Wales, and it says, this makes Prince William the dragon slayer who brought the phone hackers down. Harry's just trying to get paid and take credit for something that's already been accomplished, not to mention dragging his mother's memory through the mud. Again, hashtag Harry's delusions are real. Okay, so this is great. And I, again, love Mystified, but I want to show you the clip that she's referring to here that was shared by at Tribes Britannia here. It says, oh my goodness, you're a star for finding this. This details how Prince William first exposed the hacking scandal and went to the police. So I hadn't heard this before. It's only 2 minutes long. Shall we take a listen?
Harry. And I said, well, it's no skin off my nose,
So it just kind of abruptly starts, but this is a conversation that was taking place between Bradby, who's talking, and Prince William.
If you want, I'll do one for you. And he said, yeah, that would be, do you know what? That would be really great. Any chance you have an hour on Monday night? I said, yeah, fine. Could you please tell Helen Asprey to leave my name on the gate? So this was like, from memory, it was sometime on a Saturday afternoon. So I didn't tell anyone about that. And there it was in the news of the world the next morning.
Okay, so they play music here that I can't play. Basically, he's saying that there was a leak of this conversation, and they assumed it was from somebody from the prince's inner circle.
William said to me, I know totally it wasn't you, but that is a bit weird, isn't it? How the hell did that get out? And I said, well, listen, when I first became royal correspondent, I was told that, reporters quite regularly listened into each other's voice messages. I would be amazed if they're not still doing it. So if you left messages, and he said, well, yeah, funnily enough, I did. Well, I left a message with Helen.
Music playing again. Alerted by William's suspicion, the police ended up making their first arrest 9 months after bringing it to their attention. They plainly say it was because of William bringing this forward that became the start of the phone hacking scandal.
When it became clear that they had been hacked, and they were being hacked quite routinely,
Yeah.
what was the reaction?
I mean, my primary memory of that conversation with William was that it was like a light went on in his eyes, like, oh yeah, okay, oh God, it all makes sense, you know. I think there was a very substantial degree of relief in that at last they could explain, you know. They'd mistrusted so many people in their circle over so many years. They'd had all these tests trying to catch people out, not their closest friends, but sort of people on the periphery, repeatedly trying to kind of work out who the hell was telling this stuff. And suddenly, well, there it all was.
What were initially dismissed as the actions of one rogue reporter were eventually exposed as being widespread at the news of the world, and now we know going on elsewhere too.
So that's it for the clip, but it plainly spells it out. So again, thank you Mystified for resharing this. Thank you Prince and Princess of Wales for sharing this. And it looks like thank you at Isaguar, I don't know how to say your name, for sharing this. I think this is important and does need to be shared. And just a reminder that it is Prince William that got the ball rolling on this, not Harry. Okay, so a shout out to you. I hope I'm saying this right. Sabralon? I hope that's right. Anyway, because I cut that documentary off. I couldn't handle any more of his whiny voice and just all of it. But it sounds like after I cut it off, he goes in to talk about how he will not bring his wife, Meghan Markle, back to the UK. That's because she's a big coward. But you know what? Great. You guys are lucky. Tell us how you did it and help us figure out how to not bring her back to America. Anyway, he will not be bringing her back for fears of safety. Again, happy to go to Jamaica, happy to go to Nigeria, no problems. Hey, family, how's it going? UK is too hard. Okay, it's too hard. Imagine that. They act like a-holes and then they can't figure out why nobody wants them to come back. Anyway, he won't go back because... you can read. It doesn't even matter. He's just making shit up to play victim. He's just afraid of something might happen. I think you should be afraid of what might happen in your own home, doofus. But this person points out, you know, even better, confirmation that she will not be going to engrift us. Haha. But to think your wife is not safe in the UK, but in the US, just shows how dumb he is. What a clown. Also, imagine saying something stupid like this when you just announced that the Invictus Games will be held in the UK. Exactly this. He will just continue to ride that gravy train, make it about himself. Aw, isn't anybody sad that she won't be there for Invictus? I bet you she telephones or whatever, videos in, something like that, to make it about herself. Heaven forbid a single serviceman or woman get any attention whatsoever. You know what? I was making a joke there, but now it's hitting me. No, that's what she's going to do. She's going to teleconference in or whatever the word is. So that way she can bill for her time and bill for her outfit and bill for her hair and bill for her makeup. You get where I'm going with this, and thus making it about herself. You know what's going to happen. Mark my words. Dan Wooten sure had a lot to say about this. Said woke ITV is not a serious news organization when it comes to Prince Harry, but simply his propagandist thanks to a close friendship with Tom Bradby, who Prince William no longer speaks to. So don't bother watching that tell-all whinge fest. I expose the reality here. Yeah, I'm with you. I wouldn't recommend watching it either. Again, 20 whatever minutes I made it, and I want that time back. Hey, I have to show you this because it's brilliant. Queer Lips of Truth. I don't know if you're the one that started it. Regardless, you're carrying it on. This is so clever. Look at this. All right, Telegraph put this out. The Duke of Sussex, blah, 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 ITV, tells all this stuff. Okay. But look what they did. Okay. So under this article, it says Prince Harry blames his fight with tabloid press for family breakdown. Again, totally ignoring any of his own responsibility or his Instagram-loving bee wife. Shall we name all the press interviews and the books and everything else, your mouthpieces that you have used to trash them repeatedly, your lemon rats that say horrible, vile things, all of that. Should we ignore all that and just blame the tabloids? Because it feels like you're in the Twilight Zone. Anyway, so it says he blames that makes more sense. It blames his family for fight. I don't even know what I'm saying. Blames his fight with the tabloid press for family breakdown. Nothing's ever their fault, ever. Anyway, readers marked it needing context notes. And they're asking if we can to go into this article and mark it as helpful. Why is that? Because they've added context saying Prince William is the one who alerted law enforcement originally of phone hacking, which led to the Leveson inquiry, overhauled British media laws, and prosecuted those who broke the law. So mark that helpful. I already did. Mark that helpful so that way, if they're just going to come after, if they're going to spin BS like this, it's our job to correct it, especially if they're going around trying to correct things about our Catherine, right? Let's go ahead and correct their BS. If you happen to see that article, if you will, mark it as helpful because that community note is helpful. And plus, it'll irk Prince Harry. All right, Queer Lips of Truth also said, LOL, the tabloid on trial is out, and everyone is saying the same thing. A bunch of privileged people crying over what was reported about them 20 years ago. Grow up. Exactly this. It's spot on. All right, and then Princess Devastellar shared this, and it says, Harry and Meghan are gaslighters. Hashtag Meghan is a problem. Meghan Markle's a con artist. Meghan and Harry are grifters. Howie and Meghan are gaslight. Lies, gaslighting, media manipulation against their own families. And then it cuts off. I'm assuming it says all for, profit or their own whatever. Take a look at a few funny ones as we wrap this up. Laird of the Manor shared today's quote for Megsy. Quote for Meghan Markle. There's no circumstance that your unique skill set couldn't make worse. I think that's being generous, saying she has a unique skill set. I mean, I could name a couple, but I might get kicked off YouTube, and I don't want to do that. So I'll just leave it there. And then that one shared this. Always remember what your wife told you, Harry. Never take the blame. My family hates me. It's your fault. One of my favorite posts, this was from last year, actually, Laird of the Manor posted this, and I think this perfectly sums it up. I hate my family, but how dare they hate me? I hurt my family, but how dare they hurt me? I damage my family, but how dare they cut me off? I reveal personal information about my family, but how dare they remain silent? I hurt my dying grandparents, but how dare my family be upset? And finally, shall we end with this one? Margot Chatting shared Happy Wine and Cheese Day. There's so many ways to interpret that cheese part. I'll let you use your imagination on that one too, and I'm going to end it here. Ew. Gross. All right. I'm going to leave this here and take some medicine. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Hey, do me a favor. Leave me your questions for Taz below. That would really help. And I am sitting down with her next week, and I'm so excited about that. So leave me your questions, your burning questions for her here in the comments. I'll also make a community post about that. Again, thank you guys for being so lovely to me and so wonderful. I appreciate you all so much. I really do. Look for my weekend. My weekend videos. No, my videos coming out over the weekend. Lots of juicy stuff coming. Stuff with the twins, 2-parter there. Stuff with Dylan, winning communication. Big video coming out there. Lots of stuff coming up. Thank you guys as always for everything. Let me know your thoughts about all of this. Did you watch the documentary? Please say you didn't. It was awful. You're going to have my deepest sympathy if you did. And I'll talk to you guys again soon. Have a wonderful weekend and take care. Bye-bye.